to give you a lot of practical exercises. So immediately after learning a new concept, you can apply that into practice. And step by step, as we go through each module, you're going to build a complete DevOps pipeline from testing and building and release to deployment, configuration, and then maintenance process. So by the end of the course, you'll be able to set up a DevOps pipeline completely. You will know all the DevOps concepts that you are going to need to build your further knowledge on. And in each area or for each concept, you will learn at least one DevOps tool to get your first practical hands-on experience with these tools. And since for each area there are multiple of such tools, of course, in each category, we chose the tools that are most commonly and widely used across organizations so that you have a much higher chance of finding a job that uses the combination of exactly those tools that you learn in this bootcamp. But important to remember that since you will be learning the underlying concepts of each tool, it will be very easy for you to use any alternative tool as well. So when you know Jenkins, for example, using any other build automation tool will actually be pretty easy for you. And our main purpose and goal with this bootcamp is to prepare you for a real DevOps engineer job where you will be able to do all of your DevOps tasks with confidence and with proficiency because you have built a solid foundation of theoretical understanding of all the concepts, but also very intense and useful hands-on practical experience. Now, before you get started, I want to give you some important tips on how to get the most out of the bootcamp. There are two things you get while working on a module. First, you have the theoretical videos, but also practical demos which you will follow to practice along. Second, you get a handbook for each module, where you get the list of all the videos in the module with all the relevant links if, for example, you need to install some tool or a Git repository that we're using in the demo. We have designed these handbooks to also be a checklist or a progress check for you, so you can print it out and check off the items as you work through the videos. We have also created separate checklists for all the tools you will need to install and work with during the bootcamp, with download and install links. So you can use that as reference too. Now, if you have exercises, support, and Slack community included in your package, then you have 3 additional things to accelerate your learning. First, when you're done with the module, you get a list of exercises for that module you can work through to get even more hands-on practice with the technology. Second, we have set up the Slack community channel so that you can exchange your knowledge, ask questions, or reply to others and have a discussion space per module. And third, if you get stuck in your exercise or demo, or you didn't understand some concept, then you can post your question in the module channel with support tag and I will answer them and help you proceed. And finally, I want to stress that passively watching the videos will help you understand the concepts theoretically. However, it won't give you the more important practical knowledge that you need to feel comfortable using the tool. So it's important to actively learn throughout the bootcamp. You learn the most when you actually try the tools, when things don't work and you figure out how to fix them. So don't be frustrated when something doesn't work and you need to try around to fix it, because you learn the most exactly with this kind of experience. When learning about cloud platforms and working with virtual cloud servers, we will be using 3 different cloud platforms for different use cases. All cloud platforms have paid services, so you will be usually charged for hosting and running servers on these platforms. If you are a new user on those platforms, you usually get free starter package. On DigitalOcean and Linode, for example, you get $100 credit to use up for 60 days. On AWS, you get a free tier that allows you to use 1 small server for free for a year. However, EKS service and all other EC2 instances will still cost you. On all platforms, you will be charged for exactly what you use based on the size of the resources and how long you use them. Generally, the prices shouldn't be that much. However, note two things. First, be aware and check out the pricings before usage. And second, delete all the resources when you are done learning or you don't need them anymore, to avoid paying for resources that you don't need. And finally, when you complete the bootcamp, you will receive a certificate of completion to help demonstrate your accomplishment, which you can share with your potential employers, coworkers, and so on. So I hope you're excited. Let's get right in.